Office of Congresswoman Jayapal, how may I help you?
Rolling. Sync.
Hi, I'm Chloe. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Finally.
to meet you too. And remind me who.
In person. Meet you in person.
Pleasure.
We're just gonna be following you all day.
Okay, do you need like mic or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
It's not my first rodeo.
All right. That tit tape.
It's actually toupee tape.
Toupee tape? Oh, well, that makes me feel that it's more for men with feelings of insignificance than it is for women with big boobs. It's a global phenomenon, the things that women face. If you just look at what Hillary Clinton faced in running for president, she had to, like, bake cookies and also be, like, much more knowledgeable on foreign policy than Donald Trump had to be. No one ever expected him to put on a sodding apron and walk around with Martha Stewart talking about his favourite cookie recipe, for God's sake.
Women of color, we work harder, we prep harder, we build relationships more. We have to do all of these things because we know that the expectation is that we will fail.
But why does it have to be me? Like, I've got a lot of other shit to do. I've got a lot of other fights to fight that people are depending on me to fight, right? So I get interview requests about it all the time. Oh, can you talk about women in politics and your experience with the dress, or the death threats, or this or that? It's like, no, I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. I want to do my job. Leave me alone.
Hi, welcome to Beyond Politics. I'm Catherine Clark. Calgary MP Michelle Rempel is one of the new breed of young federal politicians elected in 2011.
Michelle, this is absurd. It is absurd. I'm not running against you because there's a lot of people out of work in my province.
Look, I'm a conservative in Canada. That's like the lovable villain, right? Like,
you recently posted a photo of you on Twitter with your AR-15. Yes. Spicy.
Now, you're not just a talented politician. You're not just a Twitter queen. You're also, is the term wino?
So will this so-called feminist stand up and apologize to my colleagues, or will he once again make a woman do his dirty work for him?
hey, gloves off, let's go, right? That's okay. Nice girls don't get the corner office, and I'm okay with that.
I always said that I would never be one of those politicians who just delivers a line. I'll just be myself.
Jess Phillips was only elected back in May, but she's already made a pretty explosive impact.
I would do anything that I felt was going to make the Labour Party win the next election. The day that it becomes that you are hurting us more than you are helping us, I won't knife you in the back, I'll knife you in the front.
The idea that my constituents are not skilled because they don't earn over £30,000 is frankly insulting.
You're opinionated if you're a woman and you happen to know what you're talking about, whereas you're just knowledgeable if you're a man. The idea that men don't have the opportunity to ask questions in this place is a frankly laughable thing, as I say, as the only woman on this committee. There is a direct targeting of women in politics. Somebody emailed me screenshots of people saying they wanted to rape me, bind and gag me. I'm not here to wave a banner or wear a badge. I'm here to change the world.
You have been at the vanguard of progressive policies for so many years. Are you a seer? Because you were ahead of the curve on Medicare for all, impeachment, free college, the Green New Deal. How do you see these things?
My morning prayer is, God grant me the confidence of a mediocre white man.
But I'm deeply disappointed in my good lady from Washington. Doesn't know damn thing what she's talking about.
The gentleman has already impugned my motives by saying that I don't know a damn thing about what I'm talking about. He's now called me.
People don't believe you're just as capable as anybody else.
Mr. Barr, I just asked for a yes or no, so let me just tell you, I'm starting to lose my temper.
Because I think I'm brown and I'm a woman and I look younger than I am.
Mr. Barr, excuse me, this is my time. Sir.
But they're wrong.
You were born in India. You became the first Indian American woman elected to Congress. You moved here alone, I believe, by yourself when you were 16 years old.
I did.
Brothers and sisters, what we have today is nothing less than a hijacking of our democracy, and we are here to say that we will not stand for that.
Before there was a squad, there was Pramila.
Look, I was an immigrant rights activist for 15 years before coming to Congress. I've been arrested 3 times and led civil disobedience actions across the country. I've been on a hunger strike, you name it.
The president is the smoking gun.
Oh, that's awesome. The city has been through a lot in the last 4 years, and my first responsibility is to my community. And how I'm looking at this election is the number one issue in my community by far is the economic downturn and the jobs crisis related to the energy sector.
A few thousand Calgarians rallied outside at Calgary City Hall, sharing a message we have heard before over the lunch hour: build that pipeline.
Mr. Speaker, Kinder Morgan was prepared to invest billions into the Canadian economy, and that is gone because the Prime Minister politically destabilized the investment climate in Canada.
Mr. Speaker, here's what Conservatives simply don't understand. You cannot get projects built. You cannot move forward to create good jobs for Canadians if you don't have a plan for the environment at the same time.
I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this. I love it. You can't give me shit that our city isn't Western after this, I hope. For me, Stampede is really about the spirit of the city. No matter what happens in the downturn, we're resilient. We'll be going to a lot of barbecues, talking to a lot of people, saying hi. For me, it's also a litmus test to know if I'm on the right track.
These animals are like, oh my God, this is green grass.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Whatever.
Let's go find the pastor.
No, I want to play with these guys.
Yeah, sheep don't vote. Let's go.
Sheep.
Well,
I don't know. That's a little subjective. We are in Canada.
Midas is like, yep, let me have the pig.
35 years in oil and gas, so I can sympathize with everything that's going on.
You're laid off?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
If we want a united country, our province can't be treated this way.
That's right. Yep.
And I think that the country's starting to wake up to your story and the story that we hear over and over and over and over and over and over and across demographic lines, across everything, right? Just, it's decimated everything, right? So.
And the flip side of it for mine.
We are suffering so badly. If Trudeau doesn't make the right moves here, we're going to lose a lot of money. Everyone. So we're suffering.
No.
And we can withstand it, but we can't do another 4 years.
The community is not going to get back to work under the policies of the current government. So the next 4 months are going to be pretty intense. And, you can see we've got, as far as the eye can see, Simba, all of these houses need to be touched. And then the same this way. We have about 40,000 houses here, and we will touch every single one of those doors in the next 4 months, plus that way and that way. The reality is that if we don't form government, they don't get back to work.
Thank you so much for giving me the privilege of serving this community. It's never lost on me how strong this community is, how resilient it is, and how deeply entrenched that community spirit is. Happy Stampede, Calgary!
How difficult do you think your job is going to be?
The number one thing we hear at the door is jobs. Pride in Canadian energy it helps us unite our country in prosperity. We put forward many motions over the last 4 years, specifically with regard to this project on steps that the government could have been undertaking in order to see the advancement of this pipeline. Conservatives stand for the equality of all people. It's as simple as that. Welcome home. I'm back, bitches. I hope you didn't have a bean burrito, Pat Kelly. Okay, this way? That way. Okay, yeah. This is my husband, Jeff. Oh, hi, Jeff. Did Jeff eat? Is he happy? Where did he go? Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm your member of parliament. Need more women in politics, so. Hi, nice to see you.
Hi, nice to meet you, Michelle.
A pleasure. Nice
Ready
to see
for
you
the
guys.
big election?
Working hard.
Okay. Have we got the right leader?
I hope so.
Trudeau just a few moments ago in Montreal said that you were against the rights of women. Can you point to a single policy in your platform that you believe shows that you do support women's rights?
Well, of course, all our policies are centered around treating all Canadians equally and supporting the rights.
Yeah, I've got a great leader. I hope he wins in the fall. I do, I really do, right? There's a lot riding on this election for these people.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
Can I give these to somebody? That's for the press conference.
Do you know if it has to be single or double? Does it matter?
I don't know.
Formatting? Okay, I had both.
Okay, I have no idea.
I worked in public health for 10 years, also worked on universal healthcare. I was at the table for those conversations and pushing hard. And then when I came here, and I ran on Medicare for All.
Yeah, right here.
I feel incredibly fortunate and honored to be able to lead it because there were a lot of people who wanted to lead it.
Whenever you're ready. Hey, everybody. I am here in front of the Capitol. I am about to go and introduce the Medicare for All bill.
It is time to ensure that healthcare is a right and not a privilege, guaranteed to every person in our country. It is time for Medicare for all. Everywhere, people understand that it is inconceivable that as the richest country in the world, that we would be the only major country that does not guarantee healthcare to every person. Whether you're rich or poor, you should have the same quality of guaranteed healthcare. Is this a bold and ambitious plan? Damn straight it is. If we can end slavery, if we can give women the right to vote, if we can send a man to the moon, then God, we can do universal healthcare for every American.
It's going to be a massive undertaking, and I knew it was going to be a big deal. I knew it was going to be a lot of work. I don't think it fully dawned on me how massive it's going to be.
It's unsustainable, Brian. A Medicare for All system has been estimated to cost $32 trillion out of the pockets of hardworking taxpayers.
According to a new poll, 62% say bad idea.
We are walking a fine line. We have the most progressive House of Representatives, and yet we're still only 40% of the House. You have to figure out when are you going to use your power, when are you not, you know, sometimes I worry that it's not always easy to do that.
Oh, it's LBQ. Yes.
My staff used to tell other people, if you ever want Pramila to do anything, just tell her it can't be done. I don't like being told things can't be done.
I think I don't know how you do it.
Who was that reporter at the very
That person that was super edgy
So like
and pushy.
pushing himself. Yeah, really aggressive.
I'll tell you. That guy was from the AP, Vidot.
Sure are. Yes.
What is his name? He is so annoying.
I don't think he's more annoying. I mean, he was a little aggressive today.
He was like super aggressive.
Yeah.
And then he took what I said out of context. He goes, "You're gonna pay for this with a tax on the wealthy?" I said,
He seems really old school. I was gonna give him a call in a little bit just to make sure.
"Yeah, I might have made him peeved because I was annoyed with him."
Confirming. Yeah.
Okay. Do we get any additional co-sponsors today?
Not yet today.
Okay. That's John Wahoo's
Copy of Kit. Hello, Jess Phillips speaking. I am the MP. That's all right. When do you want to see me? What is it about?
It's not 100 oaks. So you need to take a seat.
I think it's very rare that politicians have an open office where anyone can walk in and just get help.
I know.
Oh my God! We won! Yeah. Oh my God, that feels like my whole life. Like we weren't just shouting into the void.
Exactly, that's exactly how I felt.
Oh God. But I came from running charity services, so I just took the model that I was used to in running community services and carried on doing it as a Member of Parliament.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for your help.
You take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And then bring it at the end. Okay, look. Your solicitor knows best. So follow
All right, then, brilliant. What was your name, sorry?
her advice.
You're Helen from the East
But
team.
if it doesn't rule in your favour, don't worry.
Okay, brilliant.
The things that we are specifically fighting for, the domestic abuse bill. We've been working on the domestic abuse bill for 3 years, trying to improve that, make sure that it includes all women, and making sure that the government isn't just a fudge that says basically, yeah, we like victims of domestic violence, we think it's bad that happens to them. So come in at 3 on Monday, I'll put it in my diary and we'll just write the statements together.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
It's going to be all right.
Bye, Salma. Take care, Samantha.
Would any of you like a cup of tea?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, all right.
Tell me, Jess, where is Boris? Anybody know?
Where is Boris?
Where is he?
He's probably sunning himself on all of his couch.
Okay, what's your name?
He's probably be the Prime Minister by the end of the year, though, won't he?
Has he got a picture of him? Grace?
The effect of Brexit on women, I would say, is what the next term of Parliament will be mainly about, because everything is about Brexit. And so, yeah, it will fall to me and a couple of other women to try and really, really hammer home the idea of Brexit affecting women's rights. I mean, there aren't any women involved in the civil servants who are dealing with it, all of the ministers who are dealing with it, apart from Theresa May, who apparently is now taking it over. There aren't any women. So they just forget you exist. So basically my job at the moment is just putting my hand up and going, oh, can you remember us? It's gone very quiet in here now, hasn't it? So I'll see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Take it easy. Have a good weekend.
Oh, you!
Meeting flesh.
You!
Me, who am I?
You taking the mick.
I'm being deadly serious, Jess Phillips. My name's Steph, and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm just about to go off to a meeting, but that's my office there. You come in and have a chat with me.
Nice to meet you, Miss Phillips. See you soon.
See you.
Curious as to like why you got into politics in the first place.
I started exploring the political process at a young age.
You know, people had asked me to run, and I always said, no, I'm too pure.
I was working for a domestic violence charity at the time, and I saw some male politicians who were so uninspiring.
I had one particular politician who was the riding rep at the time, and he was just profoundly arrogant.
The state Senate race opened up, and I looked at all the people that were running.
And that kind of inspired me to be like, don't you, for me, like, hey.
And I remember thinking, I can do better than this.
That I just thought, look, if these people got there, why am I telling myself I'm not good enough if this fool managed to get himself elected?
So there was that sort of awareness that I could get involved.
But the bigger thing was really, it was years of sort of build up to not seeing people like me. And I just don't know how you make good policy when your government doesn't look like the people it's supposed to represent.
You have to be twice as good to be a woman and get elected and rise to high office. If you're a man, you just have to be mates with the right person.
You know, men, white men in particular, get away with no preparation.
There are lots of brilliant men, but there are also lots of useless men. There are hardly any useless women.
For a moment, the country is in for 40 days and 40 nights of non-stop political drama.
This election is going to come down to one important question. Who do you trust to put more money back in your pockets?
Election day is coming up fast, and Canadians will be making an important choice.
For the next 41 days, you are going to see me busting my back end. You are going to see me working hard, fighting, making sure that we're taking this message from coast to coast to coast. As much as I'm down on America and politics, the political structure, we're having a giant American rally tonight, American style rally. Yeah. But whatever. Just serendipity. We're running like 4 campaigns literally off of a desk with a bottle of wine, some scribbly notes, and Claire's doing my makeup, and my community needs this. As much as we need to do this, my community needs this, right? Because they're like, what's the rest of the country doing? Why does everyone hate us? Blah, blah, blah. And you guys...
It's showing that
showing
make you close now.
You guys showing that you're out there fighting for the same thing. Right? It's okay. Oh. Sierra's in the bathroom if you need it. Okay. I've got my straightening iron in my suitcase right around the corner. There's a lot of women running for us this time, which is really encouraging. For me now is to encourage that those women are using their voices as candidates ahead of the election.
Thing to think about, I think. I think women often, more so than men, men, if they decide to do something, they feel qualified, they just jump right in. Women, I think, more often than not, are I need more experience, more whatever it might be. But Michelle sort of was just no, don't listen to that.
Women have come a long way, but men still control most of the levers of power. I don't want to be part of a system where I'm saying that's okay. Sierra, the people in my riding can't afford to give money either. Yeah. But they will. You are worth investing in.
So anything that you think is going to be good, that's the plan we're taking. You've got a lot more experience than I do, so.
I know. I went through too. But now I'm like, give me the money. Give it here, I need it. These bitches need it. Give it to me.
She's just so amazing. I just can't get over it.
I can't get over how brave she is, because she has so many haters. And totally, she's just I don't care what they think. Yeah. I don't value their.
I think by nature, because women have had to fight our way into the system, we're automatically a little bit more nonconformist when we get here.
We did not go shopping, but I got her in heels.
I wasn't allowed to wear my docs. I had to wear heels.
That's who you are.
Oh yeah, or if I try and dress classy, I'll come over and be like, yeah, I dressed up, and she's like, that is the shortest dress I've ever seen on someone in my life. You need to go change.
You know what? Look,
black.
It took me 8 years to figure out just be who you are.
Yeah.
When you do that, people that come up behind you have to do it less.
Yes.
So, no matter what happens in this campaign, right, that is a contribution that you're making, right?
Claire, don't go through here, you'll die. Don't, oh. How are you doing that?
I'm really used to walking.
I was homeless. I was addicted to meth.
I was reprimanded by the RCMP officer for not listening to my parents, but what he didn't know was that my stepdad had beat me that day.
My family were prairie pioneers, and their hardships are part of my DNA.
I cannot tell you the white, hot anger that I feel when you come up to me at events like this afterwards telling me about how you've had to lay off your employees or close your restaurant, or the woman who phoned my office who was in tears because she was prostituting herself because her husband had been out of work. They don't care. To me, sexism is more apparent in social media when it comes to female politicians. You know, how I manage that is, you know, I block. I block copiously, right? If I'm gonna be authentic and have an authentic voice and stand up for my constituency, I also have to be in a spot where, you know, I can manage that constant stream of hate.
It just makes me sad that women still have to put up with this, that part of my job, this is part of my job.
There's no question that I am cautious about my safety in a way that I've never had to be. Well, I'm a brown immigrant woman. You know, I have been in the situation where I had to have police outside my door because of the death threats I was getting. I will be a target. I will continue to be a target. I'm not going to stop speaking out. I will never stop speaking out.
Now, I've currently got a police case of a death threat against me from somebody within the Labour Party, and it's very shocking and sort of slightly, I suppose, following on from the Joe Cox murder.
Just before 1 o'clock today, Joe Cox, MP for Batley and Spenborough, was attacked in Market Street, Bristol. I am now very sad to have to report that she has died as a result of her injuries.
I was with her the night before she died at her house. So I sort of couldn't compute it when I was being told that she'd been shot. It's like I was just with her. She can't be dead. No, yeah, she was shot by one of her constituents outside a local library where she'd been a million times. Terrible.
You know, if I say to you, how would you change the world? Is there a simple answer, you know, a one key goal that you have?
The way that I can change the world, I suppose, or that I am aiming to change the world, is through the liberation of women.
I was writing about you in a book proposal the other day about speaking truth to power.
I just want to say I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks so much for being here, everybody. A day of action to end gender-based violence in the workplace, sexual harassment in the workplace. And next, Jess Phillips, MP for Yardley, co-chair for Women and Work of the APPG. Just a wonderful, wonderful feminist right throughout on all issues. You can count on her. Thank you.
Actually, it isn't the violence often that women have suffered that they come to me about. It is the fact that when they tried to speak up, the system totally and utterly colluded with their perpetrators.
I'm a nurse. I was sexually assaulted at work by a colleague, and I have been kind of for 3.5 years going through the mill of trying to be heard by my employer.
We need rules to change this. The Me Too movement cannot just be a bloodletting and a hand-holding around the world. It has to mean structural change here in the UK, and it has to be for every woman.
In fact, what I did was I came and stood outside Parliament with a massive banner saying I was sexually assaulted at work. I also happened to meet the Chief Nurse of England, who happened to be walking past, who saw my banner and came back, and there's been an independent investigation because of that.
It is simply not okay that the laws of our land currently either don't work or don't exist. Any other questions?
Any chance of getting any more women to Parliament?
I mean, well, that's a job for another day, but yes. This lobby day is just as much about getting MPs to hear our voices as it is getting women to use their voices.
Jess Phillips.
It will be no surprise what I rise to speak about. In 2015, a woman was murdered in the UK every 3 days. I rise, like I rise every year, to read the names of the women who have been murdered by men since this time last year. Violence against women, domestic abuse, those suffering domestic abuse, the domestic abuse bill, domestic violence and sexual violence. I think this bill today is quite simple, actually. Today we are making a law that is trying to save people from domestic abuse.
And in opposition, do you feel that you have any power at all to change anything?
Funnily enough, I actually think I'm really quite powerful. Let's blow my own trumpet. Because I definitely know more about this than anyone else in the building.
We'd like to open it up for questions. If you have a question, please introduce yourself and say the media outlet you're representing and go ahead and ask your question. Let's try our best not to speak over one another and let's go ahead and open it up. You can press *6 to unmute yourself.
This is Adam Cankren at Politico. Wanted to ask, how many people would potentially be affected, what the cost of that would be.
Yeah, thank you for the question. We have taken this very seriously, actually. If you look at healthcare costs today, 18% of GDP, the reality is once we have a healthcare system that is working, it will no longer be a drag on our economy.
What are the things you don't address in your proposal, or at least I haven't seen in the summaries I've had, is how to pay for a system like this?
Well, I mean, the first thing I think about, because everyone always says, how much does it cost? And my question right back is, how much does it cost for us not to do anything?
Congresswoman Jayapal, David Gutman with the Seattle Times. What are some of those ideas on how we pay for this?
Oh, we have lots of great ideas. When we talk about providing health care for every American, then all of a sudden cost becomes a question. How much does it cost for us not to do anything? It never really is about cost. It's really about who loses if the system changes. And that is the insurance companies and the drug companies that lose if we actually transition to a system that provides health care for everyone. This is a real plan. This is a real plan. It's been developed over months with many experts at the table, many advocates at the table. It has an unprecedented coalition of support. I literally, maybe you can tell from the passion I have around this, I do not understand how the richest country in the world cannot provide health care for all of the people within the country. I just don't get it.
Do you see any downsides to moving to a Medicare for All system?
I'm introducing a very different bill with a real plan. And you can disagree with parts of it. There are better ideas that we should incorporate. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with my colleagues to say, okay, let's find the best way, but let's try to get there. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
All right.
They had them, they were coming in fast.
They're coming in fast. All right, anything I shouldn't have said there? Take those chocolates away from me. Maybe our film crew would like some chocolates.
Turn now to the deepening divide within the Democratic Party, an issue that came into sharp relief last weekend.
Let me be frank with you and raise the issue that I think is on everyone's mind. What is the best way to defeat Trump?
The Wall Street Journal is calling people and asking them about this and saying, isn't this going to divide the Democratic Party? Do you want the party to lose the House? So they called Barbara Lee, they're calling Donna Shalala.
We know that we can't get any of these things done if we don't have the political power that we need. And if we don't get Donald Trump out of the White House, if we don't get Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in, then I really believe that we are headed even more quickly towards a fascism and towards a country that is no longer a democracy. And I mean that with all seriousness.
London's former mayor Boris Johnson will lead his country tonight, and he hopes lead it out of the European Union soon. Brexit is his priority.
And those of you with union flags, get those union flags up. Get those flags up. That is your flag. Do not let Nigel Farage tell you that is not your flag.
What about you? I got all the work done in the car. How are you?
The domestic abuse bill, which is a bill that I have worked on for now 2 years solidly, if not longer, and we just got it passed before Boris Johnson became the Prime Minister.
Priority today to stop no deal, and we've got to work together. Labour, Conservative, SNP.
Shockingly, Boris Johnson hasn't made victims of domestic abuse his top priority.
Oh God, what is going to happen now? Then I just feel so anxious. Oh God, I'm so stressed. I just feel like I'm rushing around, like not knowing what's going on from 1 second to the next.
This person puts her money where her mouth is, like very few people in politics right now. Bring it up for Jess Phillips!
Wow. I'm going to start my very brief comments by just very simply saying something that I'm not allowed to say inside the building beside me, and that is that Boris Johnson is a liar. And when Boris Johnson says that he is proroguing Parliament, can we just stop saying prorogue? Can we just say shut down? I really hate the word prorogue. I have to look up how to spell it every single time. Well, one of the things that he is ending by proroguing Parliament is a bill that would have protected the victims of domestic violence in this country. He is ending years of work done by hundreds of victims of domestic violence for his vanity project. Representing your country matters, and it is difficult at the moment. It is hard and sometimes dangerous.
If you respect
I respect democracy, and if people don't want to vote for me, they don't have to. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
referendum, and you were trying to overturn it. You're a left-wing coup. That's what you are.
You are bloody marvel. Thank you. Oh, don't worry. I know you're a tough girl. You're absolutely no problem to me. I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God, I want to cross the road. Oh, I'm part of a left-wing coup. Hey!
Good afternoon. I've just been to see Her Majesty the Queen earlier on, and she agreed to dissolve Parliament for an election.
We are ready for an election. We're going to go out there with a very strong message.
Yes, you're a member of a traitor Parliament. You do realise that, don't you? Member of a traitor Parliament.
All right, okay, well, I mean, the good people of Britain don't have to elect me again. I suppose that's the way it works. I love you. Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much. No, honestly, you're an absolute hero.
We were fighting together. That's. If you don't like the way I behave, then they don't have to vote for me. Where's the respect in that? You have to go forward.
I'm waiting for people to come and vote. Did you guys vote already? Thank you for voting. Of course. Yes, fabulous.
I voted already.
Oh, fabulous. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thank you so much for voting. I'm your representative, and we really appreciate it. And look at your little one, so cute.
I can't believe we're in the midst of a really close election right now. For a president who is so racist and xenophobic and constitutional destroying and corrupt and cruel that it's difficult for me to believe that this is a close election. And yet here it is.
We got to take our country back, and I just want everybody on the day after the election to at least feel like they did everything in their power. So
then when people say, well, yeah, he's racist and he's, but he's doing good things for the country, then what that tells me is even more disturbing. And that is a stunning thing, even for a hope dispenser to take in.
So, and we both work in the performing arts, so we've been unemployed.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
I believe that we have to build a bigger movement. We have to organize. We can't agonize, we have to organize.
Right.
What's your name?
I'm Katie. This
Katie.
is my husband, Russ.
Hi, nice to meet you. And I love that you have a Medicare for All Pramila for Congress mask.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Take care. Nice to meet you.
And now I'm proud to announce somebody who is just an absolute rock star. I have no idea when this woman sleeps.
If we are going to defeat corruption in this country, if we are going to actually adhere to the Constitution that we have in this country, we have to get Donald Trump out of the White House. The future of our American democracy is on the ballot. Fascism is on the ballot. You can choose Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and you can say no to fascism. And then we've got to make sure we bring back a really progressive House so that we can pass some of these bold ideas. We need to make sure that everyone has health care. We're in the midst of a pandemic, and 27 million people lost their jobs and lost their health care.
Thank you for voting. I'm Pramila, your representative, and I so appreciate it. Hi, I'm Pramila, your representative. Nice to see you. Most important part of democracy. I think I'm gonna have to get one of these.
Hi, Patrick. Yeah. Michelle Rempel, your conservative candidate. Nice to see you. Pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Michelle Rempel, your conservative candidate. It's nice to see you. Just wondering if I can still count on your and Wayne's support today.
Come here. Oh, you are our angel. Honey, you won't fucking believe who's in my doorway. Michelle Rempel. I just hugged our next prime minister.
There you go. Okay, see you later.
CTV Election 2019. Here is Lisa LaFlamme.
It's been an intense 40 days of campaigning, and by the end of the night, no matter what happens, this country politically will look very different than it does right now.
I was out, like we were out late last night getting ready and everything, and then I just couldn't sleep. So it's just like up at 5:30 in the morning. Jeff was merrily snoring away. And yeah, anyway. There is such a sense of anger here, and I think that there's a real separatist sentiment here. I guess I have more clarity in terms of mandate this time. And my mandate is very clear from this community, and it's get us back to work and build a pipeline. But I don't know how or what that looks like, because I won't know till the results tonight. I have no idea what the outcome's going to be. No idea. None. No clue. All right. Let's do this. Yes! Woo! Come on, you guys.
We're ready.
All right, guys, let's get her done today.
Yeah.
Let's bang her out. I know, thank you. It's different when your name's on the ballot, you know? And like everyone's out here and working so hard and stuff, and it's like, you know, it's like a lot of pressure, right? Hey, Jackson, you're awesome.
Did he? No, I just wanted to let you know.
I don't know, I just don't want to let anyone down.
Why would you let him? How could you let him?
I don't know. I'm just... That's you.
What? Don't hiss at me. I'm here to support you.
Okay, guys, it all comes down to this. You've got just a few hours left to get out and vote. There's thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people who have been out of work because of the punitive policies put forward by Justin Trudeau against the energy sector.
All right. I brought you your choice, Cheryl.
Okay, thanks, Louise. Charlottetown is the one place where the Greens could build up their support a little bit. I thought
We're the Greens?
Sure.
No shit. We're competitive in that riding.
Maybe I should do.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
How many polls were in? Half.
Has started rather in St. John's East, so we're PE.
Yes, Logan. Yes. I like Logan. I campaigned for him too. Okay. Okay.
One seat.
Okay. One poll. Yes.
One seat, one poll.
Oh, Rodney is behind in St. John. Oh, shitty, Rick. Oh.
Chiefs in Ontario, the Conservatives need to build on what was not a very good showing in 2015. They are up a little bit, but I'm sure not up by as much as they would like.
Wisconsin is the only splash of red in the province.
Oh, I campaigned so hard in that riding. Oh, God.
He's going for a 6th win tonight. And
Oh, look, Michelle Rempel is up by 5. Oh, yes! Yes! That is you!
Barlow's up, all right.
Sorry. Okay, was that not? That was very unstatesmanlike. That was a lovely. Sorry. Holy shit! Look at my lead.
Make sure the Liberals don't win any. Let me show you what the map of Canada looks like right now. You can see lots of red up there at the end, but look at that big light blue in the middle, and that's why the bloc.
The TVA debate, which was the first debate, was devastating for Andrew Scheer. It was, from a leading candidate, the worst performance in a debate that I had seen, I think, in all of the years that I covered federal politics.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, look closely at the bottom of your screen there.
Oh, now I'm getting nervous.
Leading and elected in 45 ridings now. Conservatives trying to pull up if they can. Canada, your next government will be a Liberal government. Justin Trudeau will hang on as Prime Minister. So after a contentious, sometimes nasty campaign.
It looks like I don't know how we're getting a pipeline built. That's what it looks like to me.
Thanks very much, Lisa. I'm with Michelle Rempel, re-elected yet again in Calgary Nose Hill by an even larger margin this time around, by about a 70% plurality. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm really humbled by the mandate given to me by my community and by the work put into my campaign from my team.
Now, earlier in the evening, our desk in Toronto was bold enough to ask Peter MacKay if he had any leadership aspirations. So I think I have to ask you, do you have any leadership aspirations, given the circumstances?
I think that's a really disappointing question. This isn't about egos. This isn't about political positioning. This is about getting our community back to work.
Right. Good luck in the next 4 years in Ottawa.
Thank you.
Okay, back to you, Lisa.
I could run for leader. I've been polling high.
I could easily be the leader. I was just say easily.
Any member of parliament can become the leader of a political party. The way that I feel about the party at the moment and politics generally is actually I started to feel again like maybe somebody like me wouldn't be that bad. I just think I couldn't do a worse job than what's being done at the moment.
Why didn't you run as a candidate for the presidency?
I can't run for president. I wasn't born in the United States of America. And not only that, you can't be president ever. So nobody would ever pick me for vice president because of what our Constitution says about immigrants and people who aren't born in this country. It should change, in my opinion, but that is the way it is now.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It is 11 a.m. on the East Coast, 8 a.m. out west. If you're just opening your eyes out west and having a cup of coffee, we got some news for you.
Look how tight that margin is. It's a hair of the chinny chin chin, as they in the old
I was
fairy
really
tales.
nervous. I had a hard time sleeping.
If you managed to sleep last night, things changed.
You know, I was watching the news incessantly, just flipping from channel to channel to channel.
We can now project that former Vice President Joe Biden has been elected President of the United States at 77 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you! Thank you, voters!
The results seem contradictory. Democrat Joe Biden received the most votes for anyone who's ever run for U.S. president, but it was hardly the blue wave Biden hoped to see.
How could so many people vote for Donald Trump? I think that was a very painful feeling and continues to be a very painful feeling for many of us.
You've changed the future of our country for the better.
Boris Johnson secured an emphatic victory in the UK election held on December the 12th.
The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn is apologising today for his party's disastrous performance on Thursday's election.
My immediate thoughts were that Jeremy Corbyn should resign. People didn't trust us to govern because they didn't trust our leader. They didn't think he was credible as a Prime Minister.
Election results are in from Canada, and the nation's incumbent Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, is set to serve another 4-year term in office.
And while tonight's result isn't what we wanted, I am also incredibly proud. Proud of our team, proud of our campaign, and proud of the bigger and stronger Conservative team that we will send to Ottawa.
Why exactly did the Conservatives lose the election?
I don't trust your leader. Don't trust him. But the bottom line was he decided to resign somewhat unexpectedly right before Christmas. And rather than sort of taking a period of introspection and saying, you know, hey, what do we stand for as a party? Where are we going? It was just like immediately like popularity contest. We need a savior.
But Michelle Rempel Garner, people keep mentioning you as a possible leadership contender. Let's go. Are you considering it?
I could totally do this right now. I've got reach. I've got the package if I want to do it. But do I want to do this?
The Labour Party could no longer go on under the same leadership. I was waiting for someone to stride in on, you know, like a knight on a white horse and be saying the things I thought that the Labour Party needed to hear so that I didn't have to do it. And they didn't materialise. I want to be the Prime Minister so that I can make systematic change rather than just helping people one by one. So I decided to give it a whirl. The response was that tens and tens of thousands of people joined the campaign within hours. It wasn't an easy decision to make. I can't say that I wholly wanted to do it. I am part of the thing that will make the Labour Party better for the country. And so if you think that, you should step forward and give something a go. This is where I'm at on this. I don't think I can win.
My position on social issues are very clear, and I'm not going to pander to votes. I now know what I stand for, and I know who I am, and I know my power. So I'm going to be putting out a series of very spicy policies in the next 10 days to 2 weeks that will not be approved by the party. They will not be vetted by my caucus. They will not go through a policy, because I want us to start talking about who we are as a party and where we're going. So here we are. Giddy up.
For an extreme sign of Western frustration, look no further than this upside-down Canadian flag.
We're going to make Alberta great again, and that is when we cut ourselves off from the leech that is Eastern Canada.
The hashtag Wexit trended on Twitter for days.
People, like, part of this is going to be the firearms community, right? And they're going to say, where the fuck are we in this, right? So
I'm not gonna argue with you. I think you're right.
it's a wink and a nod.
I'm just saying. I agree. I think we've gone a little bit over the line there, but
For the last 5 years, my province has been facing a severe economic downturn. It's really kind of highlighted systemic inequities in our confederation. We've decided to put together a bit of a declaration on some changes that need to happen. I think we have to be very provocative on this, not to the point of saying, like, we're starting a separatist party, but, like, everybody knows that the consequence is going to be equal, like, independence. Like, everybody already knows that. So
we in this room do. We're saying we are carrying to use messages that we are hearing across our province. That's what I think distinguishes it.
anyone want to add anything? Yeah. Like it, saucy.
Well, I just want to tell you, until you get the situation sorted out, I think that what you were just doing where your hair half up is a good solution. Like, I don't understand, why could they fix it?
Because it took her 4 hours to make the fucking mess, and I had to get on a plane.
You didn't pay it, did you?
$250.
I've been doing $50 for like 12 years haircuts. Women are disadvantaged in this country.
One way or another.
You know what? Put some of yours too.
I'm gonna wear it in the no fun hair. Okay. One way or another. The final line. Hello. This is, I think, how we're gonna roll out in the morning. So we're gonna take it. So first thing is Alberta caucus,
Right.
which starts at 8 a.m. And then I told Shearer that we were gonna meet with him at noon. So we're gonna go give him a heads up because he doesn't know about it either. Okay, I need to focus. Where did Blake go?
He's working on the press release.
Did you send him a draft of it? Can you just keep an eye on him and make sure it's not, like, boring? Spicy.
Has the content
Tell him
been
to take it up a
varied?
few chilies.
Do we know if the content's been cited yet?
What's the opening line? Like, and I don't want it to be like, burr, burr, burr.
Yeah.
Burr, burr. Martin, I need an opening line. What's something passionate and spicy?
You're threatening nuclear by putting the word independence in there.
I don't want to budge on that. Part of this exercise is making the country understand that we are not like how pissed people are, right? Tomorrow is going to be, I know how days like this go after doing this for 10 years. Best laid plans never actually go.
When I read the manifesto, it's like poetry. And it makes me really proud to work here and for you and for Albertans. Now I know what a trailblazer means, actually.
What do you mean?
Like, it's like you actually need to be the first person to say something in order for everyone else to have the courage to say it. Yes, honey.
It's the first time I've ever been a warm-up for drag bingo. But I hope not the last. And the simple message that I feel we failed to get across in the last general election was, do you remember when things used to get better? Do you think in the last 10 years that your streets are safer? They're cleaner? Do you think that your kids' school has got better? And do you think that the hospitals are better? And they were like, oh yeah, no, they're not, are they? Because We forgot to talk about how good Labour governments are for people. What is it that places like this need to hear from the Labour Party to make it feel like,
well, again,
they trust us?
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? It's going back to people, isn't it? It's going back to people, families, communities. And we feel a little bit like a community, and we do feel like a family, and that's what we need, and you need that across the board, don't you?
I think we need a big change. I think if we try and do the same thing, we might end up with the same result. We need to move on, turn the page.
Someone new. Obviously you guys.
All of my entire forming of my adult life happened under the last Labour government. They gave me free childcare, and if I were 23 and giving birth in the last 10 years, there is absolutely no way I would be sat on this stage in front of you.
The question is, around the room, how are we going to involve young people? We need vision.
As I keep saying at these things, I don't have the fortune of being able to have be named after a previous Labour leader because Harold wouldn't suit me. I could go Tony with an I, but I think that's really very 90s, like with a heart. The idea that we would elect somebody like me, I recognise is a long shot. I recognise that the institution of the Labour Party and the institution of politics generally, that I am a square peg in a very, very round hole. And I recognise that it's an uphill struggle. But just standing and just showing people that people like me could dare to do something like this matters.
I understand the appeal of Medicare for all, but folks supporting it should be clear that it means getting rid of Obamacare, and I'm not for that.
I knew we weren't going to get Medicare for all, and I knew it was going to be harder than, say, climate or some other areas where Biden hadn't put his stake in the sand. It just means I'm going to do everything I can, being out front of him, some places where he's not comfortable to go, and in other places pushing him as much as we can to the position we feel he needs to be in. I mean, what Lucille will say is that they have the authority in there to stop the transfer of funds. And so this is making a statement. And, and there's a piece of me that's wondering, are we barking up the wrong tree here? Should we be making all these statements in the bill, even if it's not going to go anywhere? I'm a big coalition builder. I really believe that the more people own something, the more likely it is that you'll get it done. It's completely unaccountable. They took our humanitarian money and used it for dirt bikes, for Pete's sake. I sometimes do look around and say, wait a second, is this my party? When people call us radical, I just have to laugh. But the alternative is far worse. My goal is to try to move the party to the left. I think Kate is more worried about the congressional relationships. There are plenty of times when I've had to vote for things that are so far from perfect, but they do make some things better. For me, the question is, do they also make things much worse for other people? And if that is the case, you're essentially forgoing one group of people for another group of people. That's not okay in my mind. Nadler told me he was not gonna vote for it, so I don't know why it said likely no on there. People will sometimes say, it's getting better. Incremental progress is better than nothing. That's only true if it's impossible to get even more than what you're pushing for. Do I hold out sometimes because I'm only getting 10% and I think we should get 20%? Absolutely. These shoes are giving me a blister. No. It's the problem with being in Congress as a woman.
Probably dependent on how this meeting that should be coming. They should be done, the leaders meeting, shouldn't they?
What if we just go for it at 1:30 and we publish the website, we put out the press release? Facebook Live comes a little later.
We gotta wait for the green light.
Off till tomorrow.
What?
Off till tomorrow. I was told to tell you. That's all I got. I know.
Sean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll just 30 seconds. Okay.
Yeah. Guys.
I'm so tired.
How did that go?
The team cheer lost their nerve for sure. It's like it's either death by committee, death by lack of courage, death by, oh, it's not the right media day. If we are not making progress on this issue, it is literally like I don't know why I have a job.
This whole idea of we need another week to think about it. It's like, well, but what about, again, I come back to what about the guy that's been out of work for 3 years? When's the right media day for him to do it?
That's the point I made. That's the point I made. It's I just all of this bullshit. It's just. Oh, fuck. I don't understand when having some ideas became analogous to disloyalty. I just can't fix this. I'm I just so frustrated. I'm sorry. I just don't know. I just don't know how to get this done. I just don't know. I can't go back home not doing something.
When using escalators at this station, please do not fasten the watch. Hold the handrail to the right. Please make sure all shoelaces are safe.
I decided to stop doing it when I realised that the likelihood of winning became very unlikely.
The Labour leadership race is narrowing from 5 to 4. With no union backers to her name, the high-profile backbencher Jess Phillips has decided it's time to call it quits.
She may have had a lot of support in Parliament, but beyond this bubble, Jess Phillips was battling to remain relevant.
But uniting those other bits of the party, when the party has been in such a state, if people didn't see me being able to do that, then it would be incredibly difficult to do it. Also, I just started to feel that the process was making me dishonest.
The political establishment is shit. It is the antithesis of what people need.
What I found was I started to feel a bit like I was being forced to be something that I wasn't, rather than fighting it as I am.
The political establishment values women that they can tokenize.
And yeah, that would fundamentally have harmed me and the possibility of me using that to improve the Labour Party going forward had I carried on.
Women that will be quiet and smile and be in the photo ops and carry the shitty lines and be the scapegoats. Yeah, it was the desk of tears. I was devastated. I was. I did feel a pretty big, I thought it was like a layer of naivety that I didn't know I had violently stripped away from me, right? It was like a betrayal of epic proportions. I felt like nobody around me had courage. And I just hope that with my experience and kindred spirits in other parts of the establishment, that those who come behind us won't have to feel that way.
Keir Starmer has been elected leader of the Labour Party.
It is the honour and the privilege of my life to be elected as leader of the Labour Party. It comes at a moment like none other in our lifetime.
What he's like as a leader so far is very open and cooperative. There is a huge amount of effort that is going into trying to make sure that people are involved. I think it will be less hostile. I hope that we're in a new era of everybody trying to just pull in the same direction.
We begin tonight with a huge come-from-behind win that ends an unprecedented race for the Conservative Party of Canada.
Today, you have given me a clear mission to unite our party, to champion our conservative principles.
I'm really glad that we've had a change. It feels different. And I just feel like the energy's changed. It was like, you're here for a reason and just do it, do your job. I trust you. I realized that this is the first time in 10 years I've ever had a compliment from any leader in my party. And it was this big cathartic moment.
Let's move on to President Biden and how he's doing.
I think President Biden has risen to the moment, and I really do give him an A in what he's done so far. It's been bold, it's been progressive, it's been what the country needs.
I feel incredibly valued by it. And for the sector, for the people who I've worked with for years, they are like, we can't believe one of us is there, and it feels like a win to feminist campaigners and activists.
I truly think there is a place in politics for a touch of the maverick. And so I suppose that the rest of my political life I will commit to sometimes making arguments that will make me deeply, deeply unpopular. I had to explain to that constituent earlier that I couldn't raise her very urgent case not to be deported because of domestic abuse. I became a politician because I wanted to see systematic change. I'll carry on helping people on a case-by-case basis, but you can't change the world on a case-by-case basis. You have to change the system.
I'm in a position right now where I can affect change on the #1 public policy issue in the country. I know I'm gonna have success on this, for the community. Sean, do you have that stuff for me? I want to use this to impart the need for action, right? So if somebody watches it, I want them to feel like an adult is in charge. But the undercurrents are still there. If you are actually bold and courageous, I think you become a problem for people. And it actually takes a leader who is self-assured enough to work with you. We must put our people first, all of them. We must be radically compassionate, radically selfless, and radically courageous. My power is derived in my community, right? My community supports me. I got my mojo back, Midas.
I really feel the deep need to deliver for people, because we cannot afford to have a generation of voters that came out to vote, gave us one more shot to show them that their vote mattered and that things would change. We will lose them if we can't deliver some real relief. It doesn't mean we have to deliver everything, but we've got to deliver enough that shows that there's a real difference for them. They've got to see us taking on corruption in government after this incredibly corrupt administration that we just had. I don't think I ever imagined what incredibly hard work it is. You know, like I just work all the time. But I guess, you know, I get to wake up every morning and I know what I'm fighting for. And if something were to happen to me tomorrow, God forbid, I would say from wherever I am that I've done everything that I could, that I spent my life fighting for things that I believed in for other people, for the common good. And to me, I don't think there's that many people that get to say that. That's an honor. Emily's looking at me because it's time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
you can leave us at security.
Do you think you'll have to come back again? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I mean, how long does it take to make a documentary? It's amazing. It takes years, it seems.
What do you want me to do?
Let me whip your mic off.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that I had it on.
And then you can,
Yeah, it
get
would
you
be
going.
weird for me to wear it.
Can I just get her if she's going down the hall?
Yep.
I'm just going to leave.
I don't know if I can emotionally be the villain in a feature film. I'll put it this way, Chloe. I am so used to being presented in media and stuff with me being a piece of shit that anything other than like me fairly being produced, like if I'm fairly presented as a piece of shit, I'm totally good with that. So that's all. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of media PTSD over the years, so yeah.
But like in your heart and mind, do you think that that's, do you think I'm trying to...
No, I don't. You know what? I'm pleased to be part of this because I honestly think that more stories like this will help more women decide to be part of the political process. Are you glad you did this project? I have not eaten yet today, and I'm really hungry. I'm so hungry.
That's good.
Because we're all good.
Good.
I was just hangry.
Good
Hi.
to see you.
Good. Okay. I still haven't eaten though. Do you have any food? I'm gonna pretend this is a protein shake.
Boris Johnson, like people always just refer to him as just Boris, like he's fucking Madonna or something. And other people shorten it to Bojo, but I only ever refer to him, ever, when I'm writing about him or anything, I refer to him as BJ.
Look,
look, when you are exhausted and bleary-eyed, and you're like, why
Yes,
did you?
you can say
why
I
did
told
I think
you
this is
so.
a good idea? We have literally, it's on film.
So much evidence.
So we have so
I
much
know.
evidence.
No, but listen, I really can't say no to Cleaver.